cool though. Like I left him on red. I just hearted his
Yeah.
message. My celebrity. I'm playing it cool with my celebrity crush.
Hey guys! I nailed it, guys. Welcome back to Like the Queens. We are. This is me and Liz's first time talking since Christmas. I hope all of our listeners' Christmas was the merriest that it could be.
And fun and filled with joy and happy Kwanzaa now.
Correct. Go off, everybody.
All the holidays.
All the holiday stuff. Yeah. My Christmas did not go as planned, and I'll tell you why.
What happened?
So, it was the 23rd, exactly. I woke up that morning. I had to go to the wishing forest, you know, my classic holiday job. I woke up that morning and I was like, my throat is on fire. So obviously I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out because everybody I know is getting COVID. Like, literally everybody tells me, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. And I was like, no, it's fine. Because it like just hurt a little. I drank some hot tea. I drank some water. I was like, I'm feeling great. I go to work halfway through the day. I can't breathe out of my nose. My throat's on fire. I was like, and I told the girls I was working with, I was like, guys, luckily at that job, we wore gloves, we wore masks, like, and we all had our sections to stand in. But I was like, girls, I'm not feeling well. But I got through the rest of the day. And then the next morning, Christmas Eve, I went to the MedFast right near my house. And I was like, I need to get COVID tested. I need strep tests. I need all the tests. Something's wrong with me. I'm sick. And everything came back negative, and she was like, you're just dealing with the common cold. It's just the common cold. And I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Great. So luckily I didn't have to go work on Christmas Eve. That was supposed to be the last day of my contract, but I got out of it because I was dying.
Yeah.
And then I spent Christmas Eve in my bed just feeling awful. I was literally feeling awful. It hurt to swallow. Couldn't breathe out of my nose. But I took a pill that night, and then I woke up the next morning, and I was like, feeling not better than ever, but way better. I could breathe. Yeah. My throat wasn't hurting. I still wasn't. My dad's side of the family didn't want me to come to Christmas dinner, just because my aunt is very old and very what's the word?
Fragile?
At risk, I guess. So even though my test came back negative, they were just like, we don't feel comfortable. And I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, understandable.
But I still got to spend Christmas morning with my mom and open all my gifts. And I saw my dad that day, in passing. So it was I still had a great Christmas, but it did not go as planned.
Did you get anything cool, awesome for Christmas that you really wanted?
There is one thing that I really wanted from Target. I don't know if you guys are going to know what it is, but it's like a sweatsuit, and it says "Stay Happy," and it just has a smiley face on it, and then there's sweatpants on the leg right there say "Stay Happy," and I have been looking for them ever since I went to Target, starting literally in July in Wisconsin, and they never had my size. But somehow my parents found them. They copped them for me. Yeah. I also got cute. I asked for a lot of money for Christmas. I was like, please just give me cash. And my family delivered. They delivered on that. Because I got to book a flight to New York soon. And it's going to be expensive in the new year. So.
Yeah.
But that was my Christmas. It was really good. And then I spent the night with Savannah and Brady, my besties, here at home. We went over and I made s'mores. And I gave them their gifts. It ended up being a really great night. I just died on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
How was your Christmas, Liz?
Oh, Lord. Literally so much has happened this week. So much I have to tell you. But, my Christmas in general, what our listeners don't know is, my grandfather passed away just 2 weeks ago, and so Christmas was really, really hard, and Christmas Eve was really hard for my family, so, it hasn't been a good Christmas, but I got the iPad I wanted for Christmas, Yes, and I've already been using it every single day, so that's been nice.
That's
And
good.
then I started having car problems. And so I've been freaking out about that. And like my cousin's husband's a mechanic, and I've been talking to him. I'm like, is this gonna cost me thousands of dollars? Like I already had to spend thousands of dollars to get this car, because of my car being totaled back in September. And he's like, yeah, it might. And my dad's like, don't worry about it. Just wait till Christmas. Wait till Christmas. And one of the gifts I opened on Christmas, my dad had paid for me to get a car warranty thing that lasts for 3 years, and it covers all expenses like that.
Oh, okay.
And so my dad, like, he didn't tell me what he got me, but he told me, he's like, I got you an I thought I was getting the iPad because I picked it out for Christmas.
Yeah.
but like with the car thing, because I've been freaking out about it for like the past few weeks, my dad's like, don't worry about your car. Don't worry about it. Worry about it after Christmas. Worry about it after Christmas. He's like, I got you another expensive Christmas present because I think you need it. And I said, okay. And so, yeah, my dad came in clutch, and he's really helped me out.
Come on, Papa Lackey. We love to see it.
I know. And it made me really happy.
Yeah.
And then I also got a Jaws t-shirt and a Scooby-Doo t-shirt.
I love that.
Yeah. So it was a good Christmas.
That's
But
good.
I have to tell you, Victoria, I have to tell you things.
Okay. I want to hear about them.
Because we haven't been able to chat. I don't think. Have I told you about any of the phone calls? Wait, I did tell you about the first phone call I had with the Australian man.
Yes, you told me about that, and then he texted you, and you're like, I have to tell you everything about it. So, and you haven't told me anything since then.
I know. I've been dying to call you. I've been working every day. I didn't get home until like 11:30 the night before Christmas Eve, and then I've been with my family. Oh my God. So he texted me that morning, and he's like, hey, I did this that you told me to do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's awesome. If you want to call and tell me about it, like, I'm free until 4. And so we chatted on the phone while I drove to another town to do some Christmas shopping that morning. And we're chatting, having a good conversation, talking about where he's going right now. And he goes, oh, and I was also telling him, this is how the conversation started, about how you got me into journaling this summer, and how I feel like I can really lay out my goals, my plans, my dreams, and like figure out like how I want to be a better person. He's like, yeah, there's things I want to work on being a better person too. He goes, actually, I want to work on being a more truthful person. I need to tell you something.
Oh gosh.
I know.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, what is it? And he goes, did I tell you I'm not really 28? Oh. And I said, no, how old are you? And he goes, I'm 34.
Stop.
I'm not kidding you.
Okay, I thought he was going to be like 20. I thought he was going to be like 18. But 34, that went in the other direction.
Yeah. And I said to him, I said, why did you lie to me about that?
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm like, why did you do that? Like, why did you change your age to 28? And he was like, well, a lot of women in their 30s have already been married and they have children. And he goes, and I want to have a family by myself. Like, I want to marry someone and start a family with them. And it's really hard to do that with a woman who's already in her 30s and has children. And I'm like, I understand that, but like, you should have been honest with me from the beginning. But like, why did you lie? Yeah. And like, this is the second time we've talked on the phone. We've gone out twice. And I was like, why didn't you tell me this from the beginning? And he goes, we would have never matched. And I said, yeah, we would have. My age is kind of high. Yeah. And he goes, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I really I like you a lot. And I would have rather you've just been honest with me from the beginning. He was like, I'm really sorry for not telling you the truth. I'm like, is there anything else you need to tell me? Yeah. He goes, no, that's it. But I don't trust him. Like that's like a big
detail. Your age.
Yeah. And he started our relationship, whatever kind of relationship it turns into, he started our foundation on a lie.
Even if he didn't want to tell you, like, on the app, like, he didn't want to make his age the correct age, why didn't he tell you the second you met in person? Or the second you started, like, messaging?
And the amount of time we spent together?
Correct.
He he didn't feel the need to tell me then, and it makes me feel like, what else is he lying about?
Correct. The amount of time you spent together, how, like, close you guys got. Like, you guys talked about a bunch of different things. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't think I would be able to trust him either.
I don't trust him. And then there's more. There's more that he told me.
Ooh, okay.
He goes, I deleted all the dating apps. And I go, what? Okay. I said, why did you do that? And he goes, I feel like it's taking up too much time trying to meet people through there when I'd rather just enjoy, like, traveling the U.S. and meeting people authentically and getting to know people in, like, their regions and cultures. And I'm like, okay. I didn't tell him I was deleting my apps. Like, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I was like, I hope you know, these were my exact words. I said, I hope you know I'm not pressuring you into a relationship or, like, wanting to rush into a relationship with you. I said, I like you a lot and I want to continue talking to you. I said, but I don't want you to feel like that is something I'm asking from you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That would worry me too. Someone being like, I deleted these dating apps. I'd be like, just conveniently right after we met each other.
Yep, you don't want to meet anyone else on dating apps anymore? I'm like, okay. Okay.
I'm still swiping.
And I'm like, normally, like, if it was different where he was still in North Carolina and we had the chance to get to know each other more, and he didn't build our foundation on a lie,
correct,
then I would totally be like, heck yeah, because I was crazy about this guy on our first date. But now he has shown me multiple red flags.
Correct.
And so, where we are now, the last time I talked to him, like, by texting, I haven't talked to him on the phone again. By texting was Christmas Eve. He's in Florida right now with his friend, seeing a friend down there. And we just texted a little bit. I haven't reached out to him again. He hasn't reached out to me, so it's been a couple of days. I don't know how to feel about this guy because I did have the most amazing time with him and I had this huge spark with him. But now he has shown me so many red flags that I feel like I can't ignore that.
Yeah. I think for me, like, one thing that I would look for if I was looking for, like, an actual relationship is honesty. Like, that's just, like, the number one thing. Like, just be honest. And, like, he truly couldn't do that about his age. And that's, like, kind of, I don't know if I like that. You guys are still talking and he's still a nice guy. Is that, like...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know if I would trust him either.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big thing to lie about. Pretty big thing.
I know. And then he started talking about, this was on our second phone call as well, he was talking about how, like, once he meets the right person, he's like, yeah, I want to get married and have children. I'm like, you don't want to wait to have children after you meet the right person? And he's like, no, I'm ready to have a family. Like, I would love to have kids. And I think that just shows, again, our age and where we are so differently in life. And I'm not willing to compromise wanting to have kids right now for someone when that's what he wants. I'm like, that's fine that he wants that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do not want that right now.
Yeah. I feel ya. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it. My jaw hit the floor.
I know. And that's why I was texting you. Because I knew you were working and all. And that's why I was texting you being like, Victoria, I have to talk to you about this guy. Like, I'm freaking out. Like, I'm freaking out. Because he went from lying about his age to he's deleting dating apps. He wants to have children right away with whoever he settles down with. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you're hot. But, like, I'm not willing to change myself for you.
Yeah. You're living while you're young. And as you should. As you should.
Thank you.
Interesting.
I actually have a couple more boy updates for you.
Okay, no, I want to hear about them.
I don't know if you have any boy updates, if you want to take a turn or anything.
I'll take a turn. I have more boy updates about Daytona Guy, everybody.
Oh, shut up!
I have more updates. Okay. So, I told you guys how the conversation ended when he was like, she's being super cold to me, and I was like, yikes. So then out of nowhere, I think this was last Wednesday, he texts me and he's like, hey, you want to move to California with me?
Ah!
And I said, no. I texted him back, I said, no. And let's see if I can pull up this conversation. He was sort of like, I'm planning on going to California.
What is wrong with this man?
I don't know.
While you pull that up, I actually have to tell you something about California.
Okay, do it.
That is being put on hold. I've gotten multiple callbacks, audition stuff that's happening, and I might have to be here till the beginning of February for callbacks for a new musical that's being brought to Charlotte to originate a role in it. And the director's like, I'll let you know January 24th if I need to see you again. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So
that's exciting, though.
Thank you. So moving won't be happening next month because I have to be here for that.
Yeah. Well, although it's sad you won't be in California, that's really exciting. That's really exciting.
Yeah. And my friend Matt, who played the Grinch, I'm like, do you know this guy? And he's like, yes, I know this guy. He's like, this guy is awesome. Like, you want to work with this guy. Perfect. He's like, because he reached out to me. Like, he saw my profile on, like, one of the acting sites and all. And he's like, I'm really impressed with you, and I want you to audition for this part. And I'm like, okay.
I love that. That's so exciting.
Thank you.
Please keep me updated on everything that is happening.
I will. I got a call back for to be the lead singer in a jazz band. That'd be January and February. I don't think I got it, but at least I got the call back.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. That's the point.
So, yeah, that's the point. And then I got another theater company that's based in Asheville. It's like your gig, a theater for young audience one. Yeah. That tours around. And they're like, we've already filled the part for this past show. And they're like, but we're interested in you doing other shows with us if you would continue to send us more, like, they told me what to send them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You'll do this and that. And I'm like, okay, great.
Sweet. Just waiting for the next booking.
It's been busy. Literally, I've been working every single day since I got done with my contract with, like, other stuff.
I understand that. Actually, I don't. I didn't work on Christmas Eve because I was dying of my sickness, but...
Yeah, you were sick. But also, you got a job for the next 5 months, so you're good.
It's true. I'm good. I'm good for a hot minute.
Yeah. Do you have the text messages?
I do. So...
Okay, I'm ready.
I lied. That's not how we started the conversation. He reached out to me and said, hey, I'm pretty sure she's been talking to other guys. I'm done trying to make her happy. That's all he sent me, and I chose to ignore that because I should have responded and been like, well, you're talking to me, so that's not really fair, but I chose to ignore that. And then he was like, we should go out to a park or something fun. This is out of nowhere, truly hours later the same day. And then he said, want to go to Cali with me? I'm planning on going anyway. And, like, as you can see, like, I'm not responding to him because I don't have the time to respond to him. And then he says, add me on there and we can talk there. And it's a Snapchat thing. And the name is Ben Dover.
Ah! You just called him out!
Yeah, I will. Go. This is ridiculous. Which is Ben Dover. And he was like, don't text this number again. You're going to be my sneaky link. And I said, what? This has been on crack.
Victoria, is this... Hold on. Is this him on Instagram?
No, that's not him.
No? Man, this guy just so happens to also live in Florida.
Oh, no. I don't know who that is. Not him. Anyway.
I'm trying to find him. Anyway, keep talking.
Anyway, that happened, and I think I did respond at the end, and I was just like, I said, listen, the answer is no. I said, you need to talk to whoever this girl is that you're dating. I'm not trying to start anything, so don't bring me into this drama that's happening in your life.
Yeah.
And he literally replied, he said, cool beans.
Oh my gosh.
So
hashtag end bend over.
Yeah.
Cancel him.
So I am just. This is a sign, ladies. Just because he gives you everything you need when you're in the bedroom. I was trying to think of how to say that.
Just say it.
He's not worth it. Find someone else. Someone else will be able to do it.
I would love to see this man. I wish he had an Instagram, something. Like, I would love to see.
I know. He unadded me on Bumble, and then I only ever had him on Snapchat and Instagram, and his Instagram, I should have known. This is a thing. I should have known he was a red flag, because his Instagram was one of those things where he, like, never posted of himself. He always posted of, like, a freaking skateboard or something. Like, you know those guys' Instagram accounts where they're just, like, stupid?
Yes.
That's how I feel. So.
Oh my gosh. Well,
yeah.
At least you called him out, and now, like,
did.
hopefully his girlfriend will know, because we don't know her name. We know nothing about her, but we want to tell her. And we want to end him all together. As a female population, we all want to end this man for the way he's treated her.
Yeah. So, crazy. But that's my update. That's my only guy update. That I've had since before I started my job. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I said, I know that I literally was the best you ever had, but unfortunately, I said, I'm no homewrecker.
No, you respect other women. That's the most important thing. My gosh. These men are wilding out here.
They are. We're in Florida. I'm in Florida. What do you expect?
I have to tell you about 2 more men of my past.
Oh, okay.
That have come up again.
Okay.
Both these dudes are pre-you, Victoria. Pre-you.
Okay.
I'm going to start with the guy who we're going to call him the bartender, because he worked as the bartender at a brewery. So this guy happens to be best friends with one of my best guy friends from high school and middle school. And I had just left his house. This is before Wisconsin. I was over at his house eating dinner with his mom and my mom and a couple of their friends.
Yeah.
And I left, and the bartender guy walked into the house after I left, and my mom came home later, and she was like, Elizabeth, this guy is so cute. Like, your friend has such a cute friend. Why has he never hooked you up? And I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah. And
so I looked him up on Instagram, and I'm like, yes, this guy is so cute. And my mom's friend, Roseanne, who you know, she's like, oh, I know where he works. Well, and I love him. I'm like, let's go to his brewery where he works at, and I'll introduce you to him. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This was back in, like, March, April, something like that. And so I am trying to flirt with him throughout the night whenever I can, get to talk to him a little bit about our mutual friend and all. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, you're friends with so-and-so? I'm like, we practically lived at each other's house all through middle school and high school. He was over all the time. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And so, like, good, like, casual conversation. At the end of the night, I wrote my number on, like, a card or something that was at the brewery, and I said, hey, so-and-so, if you ever want to hang out, let me know. This is my number. And I gave him my number, and he's like, okay. He's like, I'll let you know. He never called me. Never called me at all, okay?
Okay.
Like a month later, 2 months later, I go back to the brewery for a friend's birthday party in May. This was right before Wisconsin. I literally found out a few days later that I got the job, and we left a week later. I saw him there, and, like, I didn't talk to him. I could tell he was still looking at me, though, but he never called me. He never texted me or anything. So a few days ago, I matched with him on Bumble. And so I messaged him, and I said, you could have just used that number I gave you. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I was busy, blah, blah, blah. Just said, like, a bunch of, like, whatever stuff.
Okay.
I have a feeling maybe he was talking to someone else at that time.
Probably. Okay.
And I was like, so you want my number again now or Snapchat? And he goes, whatever you'll answer me to. And I was like, okay. And so I gave him my number. We've been texting for the past few days, and we're supposed to be going on a date tomorrow.
Okay.
And he's a guy who I genuinely, like, met in person and who I liked in person. But he hasn't answered me in, like, 8 hours now, and I tried confirming a time. We have a place and a day set, but no time. And he hasn't answered me about a time.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. So we'll see if I go on this date or not. We'll see.
I'm holding out hope. But
yeah,
if he betrays you again,
like the guy a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. We're not being fooled twice.
I'm not being, no. No. But if he fools me twice, I'm telling my friend and my friend's mom so they can give him a hard time for fooling me.
Yeah.
He's not going to get away with it. But I'll keep you updated. I'll keep you updated if he texts me back about a time or if he just completely ghosts me. All
right. Well, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm excited now.
Yeah, I'll text you updates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a big update.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say his name.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the beginning of Wisconsin? The guy, my celebrity crush, who I told you I DM'd, and he DM'd me back about going on a date a year ago?
Yes.
So on Christmas, I was talking to my aunt and uncle and my brother about it, and I was like, oh, it's been a year since so-and-so and I messaged on Instagram, and he agreed to go on a date with me.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why don't you, so I'm going wedding dress shopping with Claire, January, and it passes through where he lives, a city I'd be passing through.
Okay.
And I could stop there for a night or two, depending on his schedule. And they're like, why don't you message him and tell him you're going to be in his city and let him know about getting those drinks. And so Joshua stole my phone. I was freaking out. He messaged him on my Instagram again and said, I'm going to be passing through this city. I'm not giving any information out to these people.
Okay.
I'm going to be passing through the city if you want to grab those drinks. And he messaged me back.
No way. I know exactly who this is, too.
I'm trying to find the screenshot.
Oh, my gosh.
He messaged me back and said, if I'm there, absolutely.
Oh my god. Did you throw your phone across the room? I think I would.
I screamed. I absolutely screamed. So I'm going on a date with one of my celebrity crushes next month.
As you should. He better be there. he better pull through. Oh my gosh. Yep. I am dying for you.
So, yeah.
We love to see it. And this is why you should never be afraid to message anybody. If you think they're cute, reach out to them.
Yep. And he said, if I'm there, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like, he likes me, too. It's been a year, and he's still, like, DMing me back and wanting to go on a date with me. It's been a year.
Oh, my gosh. This is big, guys. You don't know, but this is big.
He's a former pro athlete. I'm not going to say of what or who, but he's a former pro athlete who's been on a TV show, and I have had a huge crush on him, and I slid into his DMs literally a year ago from, like, the day before, like, Christmas Eve or something, and I was talking about it being a year since we DM'd, and my brother just so happened to steal my phone and do that, and he responded about still wanting to date me.
Yeah. Amazing.
I didn't respond back. I just hearted the message because, like, I don't know what days I'm going to, like, go or whatever.
Yeah.
That's to be decided, but, like, once I know, I'm going to text him to, like,
reach out again. Oh, my gosh.
Because he absolutely wants to go on a date with me.
I would literally pass out if my celebrity crush, who was also on a TV show, even responded to me. Oh my gosh. I would.
And I'm going on a date with him.
I would drop everything. I would literally drop everything. I'd be like, okay, tell me where to be.
I know.
I'll be there.
I know. I'm like playing it cool though. Like I left him on red. I just hearted his message.
Yeah.
My celebrity. I'm playing it cool with my celebrity crush.
Amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That was big.
Yeah.
That was big.
I've been dying to tell you
kept
about
that from me for so long.
Amazing.
Know.
And the fact he still likes me too, a year later.
The fact that he still responded.
I know.
That was big news. That beats my crazy Florida men story. I love that. I absolutely love that. You have to keep all of us updated.
Oh, I will. It beats my Australia man. Like, it beats everything. Like,
how often
do you get to say your celebrity crush likes you back?
It's true. There's probably like two other people out in the world.
I'm literally like, if we go out, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, I liked you from this TV show. What's your hobbies? You toss around some things. What do you do in your free time?
As you should. Amazing.
I've never gone out on a date with. That's a lie, because I'm about to tell them about going out on a date with a pro athlete this summer.
Let's lose this tight, everybody.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I've never gone on a date with like someone semi-famous.
Yeah. Please, I need to know everything about this as soon as it happens, and I am manifesting it to happen for you.
I'm gonna message him like maybe like after the new year to see like, cause I have to talk to Claire about like wedding dress shopping plans and all, and so figuring out like when she's getting there, when we're starting wedding dress shopping, so that I can message him and schedule my time around his time.
Correct. Oh my goodness. Amazing.
Yeah, because I can either hang out with him before I see Claire or after I see Claire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there you go.
Yeah!
That is big news. But I absolutely am living for it. I'm living for it.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm freaking out.
So that's our updates, guys. That's how we've been this week.
Yep, so many highs, lows. Like, it's been great.
Yeah. No, I agree. Good holiday times. Yep. Okay. I'm like, how am I even supposed to tell my Wisconsin story now?
Yeah, like, how do we talk about Wisconsin after I just told people I'm going out with my celebrity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, This is like a sidebar. This is our sidebar.
Sidebar.
But you just kind of mentioned what you were talking about today in Wisconsin story.
I'm just going to summarize. Yeah, I'm just going to summarize it up about this guy. So this pro athlete and I actually said his name in the last episode, which I probably shouldn't have, but like whatever. He is a pro curler, and he just went to the Olympic trials and everything. I don't think he made it. I don't know. I don't talk to him anymore. Even though we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. So we matched in the beginning of Wisconsin as soon as I got there on Bumble, which kind of crazy that athletes are on Bumble, but you know, we all are trying to find love.
Yeah.
And so Victoria will tell you, we messaged for like a month on Bumble because he moved to Minneapolis, which was 2 hours from us. And so finally I was like, Victoria, I have to go out with this man for the plot. Like, he's a pro athlete. I need him for the plot.
Yeah.
And so I did. I drove 2 hours to Minneapolis to have a date with this guy. And we first were going to go to a Panera. And it was a rainy, I forgot what kind of day it was. It was a rainy day. Go get some soup at Panera, hang out, chat, and then go explore Minneapolis together. The Panera address he gave me took me to a hospital instead. And so I was like, I called him and I was like, this is not the right address. I'm at a hospital. Like, the Panera could be in this hospital. And, like, he was new to the city. He had no idea. He just moved here.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, let's go to this restaurant. And so we ended up going to this really cool restaurant that had this like newspaper theme, and like the bar was a pirate ship, super cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had the hiccups. And so we had lunch. It was great. He automatically talked about like the really hard stuff about like religion, family, why his relationship ended, why my relationship ended. We both had gotten out of 3-year-long relationships. I think that's what his was as well. His was 2 or 3 years. And, like, he was just very honest and upfront. And I'm like, that's awesome. That's great. And so after we had lunch, we went to the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden. And we walked around the sculpture garden, chatting in the rain with our little umbrella all snuggled up. And then we talked about our TikToks, because he also has a little following on TikTok. So we're showing each other our funny TikToks and what our sense of humors and stuff. And then he had to go to his second workout of the day because he's an athlete. And so then I went off and I did the Mall of America. I did Minnehaha Falls. I think that's how you say it. Minnehaha?
I think, yeah.
I would say it. And so I did all of that, and I was like posting pictures on my Snapchat of me doing this stuff, and he like swiped up and he was like commenting about where I was and what I was doing, and I'm like, oh, are you missing me already? And he's like, yeah, I am. And so then that night we went and saw A Quiet Place 2 in theaters, and he held my hand and put his arm around me the whole time. And then after the movie he was like, I want to go see that waterfall that you were talking about. So then I drove us back to that waterfall. This is like at 11 o'clock at night. And under the moonlight, all romantic, with the rain falling around us, with our umbrella, we're like cuddling by the waterfall, super cute. There was also a crazy raccoon that ran in front of us, and we thought we were going to be attacked by it because it kept staring at us.
Yeah.
And so then after the waterfall moment, we drove back to the movie theater where his car was, and we got out to say our goodbyes, and he started kissing me, and he went and stopped kissing me in this parking lot. So I'm like, you wanna get back in my car?
Yeah.
because there's people all around. And so we got back in my car and kissed some more and talked about how much we liked each other. And that is the beginning of my summer romance with Mr. Olympian.
Mr. Olympian.
Oh, and he had like these like Olympic pin stuff in his car. And he saw my jacket and he's like, oh, you collect pins and patches? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, you can have one of these if you want. I never took one or whatever, but he's like, I have many of them. And I wish I did. Kind of, but if I had to tell like a future boyfriend or whatever, I'm like, yeah, this dude who I went out with this summer and
went out with a couple times. Oh
yeah, my gosh. He gave me his Olympic patch.
Casual.
That
was the start of it all.
He was a really good date. That was the start of it all. Like, he'll be talked about. I saw him quite a bit.
Yeah, she did. I can attest.
I liked him a lot.
He was nice. I did get to meet this guy. He was nice. He was a good guy.
I'm glad
that's a cute. That is like a movie scene of a first date. Just it like is. Everything about it. Going to a waterfall.
A sculpture garden. Movies. Like, we did everything. We spent so much time together.
Yeah. That's good. Well, while Liz was living like the fantasy date, I was also on Bumble, and I matched with some guy who lived about 30 minutes away from where we were staying at our resort. I did not go to Minneapolis that day, and I just went and hooked up with a guy that night. So while she's snuggling and, hugging somebody by the waterfall, I went to a random guy's house. So, there's 2 types of people in this world.
Yep. Snuggling by a waterfall and hooking up with a stranger.
I did. I drove 30 minutes, did what we needed to do, and then I left. It was late, though. It was late because Liz didn't get home till like
I didn't get home till like 2 in the morning, and I walked in expecting Victoria to be asleep, and I walk in the hotel room, and she's wide awake, sitting there, and I was
like, hey, girl.
I was like, what are you doing? And she goes, oh, I just hooked up with someone.
Casual.
Yep. It was so funny. So then we were able to tell each other about our nights.
Yeah. We, like, needed to decompress. We needed to decompress.
Yeah.
Literally, she tells me this beautiful story about snuggling and the moonlight being in the perfect spot. And I was like, yeah, I just hooked up with somebody and I came back home. Real casual, like.
I love it. That's so funny.
But yeah. I think that was my first Wisconsin, like, hookup, actually.
I think it was too.
So.
From what I remember.
I think it was.
Because we were just trying to kiss boys at bars at this point.
We were. I can't believe I was, like, gonna try and settle for a kiss. I'm just kidding, everybody. I'm not.
Are you?
I'll be straight up.
I know you too well. That's so funny.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That was like our first time in Wisconsin where we had like a day off because we just like closed our sampler show. So we had some time off and we spent it very wisely. In my opinion.
Me too. We met some cute boys, had some fun.
Exactly. As you should when you're at a resort all summer.
Yeah, have some summer romances. Have 5 summer romances.
Correct. Oh my gosh.
Do you have anything else to share or anything before we end this episode?
I don't think so. I don't think I have anything else to share, except Happy New Year.
Happy New Year
to all our listeners.
But that'll be
at the end.
Yeah, because after this episode airs, it's the New Year.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. I'm supposed to be hanging out with Matt, Lucas, Gabby, and Nicole, friends I made from this past gig, because we all live like in different towns around each other. So we're gonna go to Charlotte and stay at Nicole's place. But I don't know if that's still happening. I have to get Nicole's number. We were only friends on Instagram. We just DM'd each other on there. And then her Instagram got hacked. So
oh no.
I know. So I'm waiting on Matt to give me her number where we all can confirm what's happening. So we'll see.
Fun. I think right now for New Year's, I'm spending time with my family. It's like a tradition though. We spend time. My family comes over here. We play games. It's game night. We get very competitive, and it's a fun time all around.
That's awesome.
That's the plan right now.
My family typically does fondue, cheese fondue, and chocolate fondue with our like family friends, and like I think I can do both. I think I can party in Charlotte and eat some fondue.
I definitely think it's possible. Anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
Exactly. So, come next week, they'll find out if I went out with the bartender.
We'll find out about the bartender.
Yeah. If there's any more updates about the Australian man, which I'm, like, keeping him from a distance.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have something exciting. I actually have time to, like,
date.
Do stuff and not be in a wishing forest all day, so.
Oh, wishing forest. That's hilarious.
I'll get everybody updated. I have been swiping. I got back on my game. Christmas Eve, I had nothing better to do. So hopefully some good stories will come out of this.
I love that. Good. Oh, speaking of swiping, this guy who I matched with on Bumble, but I'm pulling up his profile right now. He went to my rival high school. Like, I know him from high school. We matched on Tinder, and like he's so hot, but he's like the baddest of the bad boys. I'm not messaging him, he's not messaging me, but we're just like looking at each other on Tinder.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Victoria. We're just gonna close it like that.
Oh, wait.
We have to tell him to like, rate, review, subscribe.
Oh, it's been a week.
It has been a week, guys. So please do everything that I just said. And yeah, stay tuned for bartender date. Maybe I'll get any date at all. and you guys will see what happens.
Yes. Cheers. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. So as she was saying before, I'm Victoria.
I'm Elizabeth. Get away from me! Oh my. Okay, you go.
I'm Victoria.
I'm Elizabeth.
Like the Queens.